stop scrolling for just 1 minute. Your kidneys could be under attack right now, and you may have absolutely no idea it's happening. There's no pain, no warning, no early alarm. Just slow, silent damage building every time you eat certain everyday foods. What's scary is that many people only discover kidney problems when it's already too late to reverse. And here's the shocking truth. Some of the foods causing the most damage are marketed as normal, even healthy. Today, I'm going to reveal the foods Dr. Barbara O'Neill warns can quietly destroy your kidneys if you keep consuming them. Stay with me until the end, because one of these foods is something millions of people eat every single day. And once you hear this, you'll never look at your plate the same way again. Let's start with one of the most damaging foods for your kidneys, and that is processed meats. I'm talking about bacon, sausages, hot dogs, salami, pepperoni, deli meats, and anything that's been smoked, cured, or preserved. These foods may taste good, but behind the flavor is a heavy chemical burden that your kidneys are forced to deal with every single time you eat them. Processed meats are loaded with sodium. Your kidneys are extremely sensitive to salt. When sodium intake is high, your kidneys have to work much harder to maintain fluid balance in the body. Over time, this constant strain damages the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys. High salt intake also raises blood pressure. And high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney failure. Many people don't realize that it's not just how much salt you add at the table, but how much hidden salt is already packed into processed foods. On top of sodium, processed meats contain preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals are added to extend shelf life and enhance color. But inside the body, they create oxidative stress and inflammation. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering these toxins out of the bloodstream. When they're exposed repeatedly, day after day, the tissue becomes irritated and damaged. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often reminds people that the body was never designed to filter chemicals. It was designed to process natural foods. Another serious issue with processed meats is phosphorus additives. These are especially dangerous for kidney health because they are easily absorbed into the bloodstream. When phosphorus levels rise too high, the kidneys struggle to keep mineral balance. Over time, this can weaken bones and further damage kidney tissue, creating a vicious cycle that many people don't realize is happening. What makes processed meats especially dangerous is how common they are. They show up at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even as snacks. People grow up thinking they're normal, but normal doesn't mean safe. If you care about your kidneys, reducing or eliminating processed meats is one of the most powerful steps you can take. Your kidneys will thank you by working more efficiently, reducing inflammation, and giving your body a better chance to heal naturally. Now let's talk about another major kidney destroyer that many people consume daily without a second thought, and that is soda, both regular and diet. Whether it's a cold cola with a meal or a sugar-free drink you believe is the healthier choice, soda places a serious burden on your kidneys every single time you drink it. Regular soda is loaded with sugar, and that sugar hits your bloodstream fast. When blood sugar spikes repeatedly, it damages the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys that are responsible for filtering waste. Over time, this leads to reduced kidney function and increases the risk of diabetes, which is the #1 cause of kidney failure worldwide. Many people don't connect sweet drinks with kidney disease, but the link is very real and very dangerous. Now let's talk about what makes soda especially harmful, and that's phosphoric acid. This chemical gives soda its sharp taste, but inside the body it disrupts calcium balance and promotes kidney stone formation. Dark colas are particularly high in phosphoric acid, and studies have shown that frequent consumption of these drinks is linked to declining kidney health. Your kidneys are forced to work harder to maintain mineral balance, and over time they begin to wear down. Diet soda is not the safe alternative people think it is. While it may not contain sugar, it's filled with artificial sweeteners that confuse your metabolism and trigger inflammation. These synthetic chemicals must still be filtered by the kidneys, increasing their toxic workload. Some research suggests that people who regularly drink diet soda may actually have a higher risk of kidney problems than those who drink soda occasionally. Another problem with soda is dehydration. Despite being a liquid, soda does not hydrate the body effectively. The caffeine acts as a mild diuretic, increasing fluid loss and forcing the kidneys to work harder to conserve water. Kidneys thrive in a well-hydrated environment, and soda does the opposite. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often emphasizes that the kidneys were designed to filter clean water, not chemical beverages. Replacing soda with water, herbal teas, or natural drinks is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to protect kidney health. When you remove soda, you immediately reduce inflammation, improve hydration, and give your kidneys the relief they desperately need to function properly. Now let's move on to another major threat to kidney health that often gets underestimated, and that is refined sugar. When most people hear sugar, they think about desserts, candies, or cakes. But the real danger is how hidden sugar has become in everyday foods. It's in breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, sauces, salad dressings, breads, energy bars, and even foods labeled as healthy. And every time you consume excess sugar, your kidneys quietly pay the price. When you eat refined sugar, it rapidly spikes your blood glucose levels. Over time, repeated blood sugar spikes damage the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys that act as filters. These delicate structures are not designed to handle constant glucose overload. As they become damaged, the kidneys lose their ability to filter waste effectively. This is one of the main reasons diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure worldwide. Kidney damage from sugar doesn't happen overnight, which is why so many people don't realize what's happening until significant harm has already been done. Excess sugar also increases insulin resistance, forcing the body to produce more insulin just to manage blood sugar levels. This metabolic stress creates inflammation throughout the body, including the kidneys. Inflammation causes swelling and scarring of kidney tissue, reducing their efficiency over time. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often explains that inflammation is at the root of many chronic diseases, and sugar is one of the biggest drivers of inflammation in the modern diet. Another way sugar harms the kidneys is through weight gain and obesity. Excess body weight increases blood pressure, and high blood pressure places enormous strain on the kidneys. The more pressure they're under, the faster they wear out. Sugar doesn't just affect your waistline, it affects your organs. What makes refined sugar especially dangerous is how addictive it is. It lights up the reward centers in the brain, making people crave more, even when their body is already overwhelmed. Reducing sugar intake can feel challenging at first, but your body adapts quickly. As sugar consumption goes down, inflammation decreases, blood sugar stabilizes, and kidney stress begins to ease. Choosing whole foods, natural fruits in moderation, and cutting back on added sugar is one of the most powerful ways to protect your kidneys and support long-term health. Now let's talk about something that often confuses people, and that is excessive animal protein. Protein itself is not the enemy. In fact, protein is essential for repair, muscle strength, and overall health. The problem begins when animal protein is consumed in very large amounts, day after day, without balance. This is where kidney stress starts to build quietly over time. When you eat high amounts of animal protein, especially red meat, your body produces more metabolic waste products, including nitrogen and acid. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering these wastes out of the bloodstream. The more protein you consume, the harder your kidneys have to work over time. This increased workload can damage the tiny filtering unit in the kidneys, reducing their ability to function properly. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often emphasizes that the kidneys were never meant to be pushed constantly into overdrive. Another issue with excessive animal protein is acid buildup in the body. Animal proteins tend to be acid-forming, and when the body becomes too acidic, the kidneys must work harder to restore balance. This constant effort accelerates kidney wear and tear. High acid levels also increase the risk of kidney stones, which form when minerals crystallize due to imbalances in fluids and pH. High protein diets can also lead to dehydration. Protein metabolism requires more water for waste elimination, and many people don't increase their water intake to match their protein consumption. This creates a concentrated environment in the kidneys, making it hard to flush out toxins and increasing the risk of kidney damage. Another hidden problem is that excessive animal protein often comes from processed or grilled meats, which introduce additional toxins and oxidized compounds into the body. These compounds increase inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which further burden the kidneys. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often encourages balance rather than extremes, including plant-based. Proteins, such as beans, lentils, nuts, and seeds, helps reduce acid load and provides fiber that supports detoxification. When animal protein is consumed in moderation and balanced with plenty of vegetables and hydration, kidney stress is significantly reduced. Your kidneys thrive on balance, not overload. Reducing excessive animal protein intake can give them the breathing room they need to function efficiently and support long-term health. Now let's talk about another food category that quietly damages kidney health, and that is white bread and refined grains. These foods are extremely common and often seen as harmless staples, but inside the body they behave very differently than whole natural grains. White bread, white rice, pastries, and most refined grain products have had their fiber, vitamins, and minerals stripped away during processing. What's left is a starch that quickly breaks down into sugar once you eat it. This causes rapid spikes in blood glucose levels, placing stress on insulin regulation and, over time, damaging the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys. Just like refined sugar, refined grains contribute directly to insulin resistance and increase the risk of diabetes, which is a major driver of kidney disease. Without fiber, these foods move quickly through the digestive system, providing little nutritional value. While creating metabolic chaos, fiber normally helps slow sugar absorption, regulate blood pressure, and bind toxins so they can be eliminated safely. When fiber is missing, toxins stay in circulation longer, forcing the kidneys to work harder to filter them out. Over time, this extra workload weakens kidney function. Refined grains also contribute to weight gain and obesity. They are calorie-dense but nutrient-poor, meaning you can eat large amounts without feeling satisfied. Excess body weight increases blood pressure, and high blood pressure is one of the fastest ways to damage kidney tissue. Many people don't realize that what seems like a simple sandwich or bowl of white pasta can indirectly place long-term strain on their kidneys. Another issue is sodium. Many refined grain products, especially breads and baked goods, contain surprisingly high amounts of added salt. This hidden sodium increases fluid retention and blood pressure, further stressing the kidneys. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often encourages people to return to foods as close to nature as possible, replacing refined grains with whole grains, vegetables, and fiber-rich foods can dramatically reduce kidney stress. When blood sugar becomes more stable, inflammation decreases, and the kidneys no longer have to fight constant spikes and crashes. By reducing white bread and refined grains, you give your kidneys a much calmer internal environment, allowing them to filter more efficiently and support overall health for years to come. Now let's move on to another hidden threat to kidney health, and that is canned foods. Many people rely on canned foods for convenience, believing they're a practical and affordable option. But what's inside those cans can quietly put a heavy strain on your kidneys. One of the biggest problems with canned foods is sodium. Even canned vegetables, soups, beans, and sauces often contain extremely high levels of added salt. Sodium is used to preserve food and enhance flavor, but excess salt forces your kidneys to work overtime to maintain proper fluid balance. When sodium levels stay high, blood pressure rises, and high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney damage over time. This constant pressure damages the delicate filtering system inside the kidneys. Another serious concern with canned foods is chemical exposure. Many cans are lined with a substance called BPA, which can leach into food, especially acidic items like tomatoes. BPA is known to disrupt hormones and increase inflammation in the body. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering out these chemicals, adding to their toxic workload. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often warns that the body was never designed to process synthetic chemicals on a daily basis. Canned foods also tend to lack freshness and natural enzymes that support digestion and detoxification. The longer food is stored and processed, the less life it contains. Without these natural supports, digestion becomes less efficient, allowing more waste products to circulate in the bloodstream. This increases the filtration burden on the kidneys. Another overlooked issue is phosphorus additives. Some canned foods contain added phosphorus to maintain color and texture. These additives are easily absorbed and can build up in the bloodstream, making it harder for the kidneys to maintain mineral balance. Over time, this can weaken bones and further damage kidney tissue. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often encourages choosing fresh or frozen foods whenever possible. Frozen vegetables, for example, are usually preserved without added salt and retain more nutrients. If canned foods must be used, rinsing them thoroughly can help reduce sodium content. By reducing reliance on canned foods, you immediately lower salt intake, reduce chemical exposure, and ease the workload on your kidneys. Small changes like this can make a powerful difference in long-term kidney health. Now let's talk about another common kidney-damaging food that most people don't think twice about, and that is fried foods. From French fries and fried chicken to chips and donuts, these foods are everywhere. And while they taste delicious, they come with a hidden cost, especially to your kidneys. Fried foods are loaded with unhealthy fats. The oils used in deep frying are often highly processed and repeatedly heated, which creates oxidized fats and toxic compounds. These harmful compounds promote inflammation throughout the body, including the kidneys. Inflammation causes swelling and irritation in kidney tissue, reducing their efficiency over time. Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that inflammation is a silent enemy. It does hurt immediately, but it gradually damages organs when left unchecked. Another problem is that fried foods are often extremely high in sodium. Salt is added during preparation or seasoning to enhance flavor, and high sodium intake directly increases blood pressure. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering excess sodium, and constantly dealing with high salt levels forces them to work overtime. Over time, this repeated strain weakens kidney function and contributes to long-term damage. Fried foods also tend to be calorie-dense, but nutrient-poor. They provide energy, but very few vitamins, minerals, or antioxidants that your kidneys need to function properly. This combination of toxins, unhealthy fats, and nutrient deficiencies creates a perfect storm for kidney stress. Another hidden issue is that fried foods promote oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress damages cells and tissues, including those in the kidneys, and accelerates aging of the organ. Over time, this can contribute to kidney disease and reduce the body's ability to filter waste effectively. Even occasional consumption can cause problems if it's combined with other kidney-damaging habits like high sugar intake, processed meats, or sodas. Your kidneys are resilient, but they thrive in a clean, balanced environment, and fried foods do the exact opposite. Dr. O'Neill often encourages people to choose cooking methods that preserve nutrients and reduce toxic compounds, such as steaming, baking, boiling, or sautéing with healthy oils. By cutting back on fried foods, you reduce inflammation, lower sodium intake, and give your kidneys the chance to work more efficiently. Over time, these small changes can have a huge impact on long-term kidney health. Artificial sweeteners are marketed as a healthy alternative to sugar. But the truth is far more complicated and far more dangerous for kidney health. You'll find them in diet sodas, sugar-free gum, protein bars, flavored water, and even medication. At first glance, they seem harmless because they don't spike blood sugar like regular sugar does. But inside your body, they create a whole host of problems that put serious strain on your kidneys. First, many artificial sweeteners disrupt the balance of your gut bacteria. Your gut microbiome is crucial not just for digestion, but for detoxification and waste management, which indirectly affects the kidneys. When gut bacteria are out of balance, toxins are more likely to circulate in the bloodstream, forcing your kidneys to work harder to filter them out. Over time, this increased workload contributes to inflammation and kidney damage. Second, artificial sweeteners have been linked to increased insulin resistance, even without sugar consumption. Insulin resistance raises blood sugar levels over time, promotes inflammation, and increases the risk of metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes, all major risk factors for kidney disease. Many people assume diet products are safe, but the very chemicals designed to replace sugar may trigger the same metabolic stress that sugar causes. Third, the kidneys have to filter these synthetic compounds directly from the blood. Unlike natural foods, the body doesn't always know how to break down artificial sweeteners efficiently. This puts constant stress on the kidneys, especially if consumption is daily or frequent. Over months and years, this ongoing workload can reduce kidney function and make it harder for your body to maintain fluid and mineral balance. Even small, seemingly harmless items like sugar-free gum or low-calorie snacks can add up over time. Dr. Barbara O'Neill often stresses that fake foods may feel convenient, but the body was not designed to process synthetic chemicals daily. The cumulative effect quietly weakens your kidneys long before any symptoms appear. The good news is that the solution is simple. Replace artificial sweeteners with natural alternatives, such as small amounts of fruit, stevia, or completely eliminate added sweeteners from your diet. By doing this, you immediately reduce inflammation, ease kidney workload, and create an internal environment where your kidneys can function optimally for years to come. Dairy is often thought of as a healthy food, especially for strong bones, but the truth is that too much, particularly processed dairy, can create serious kidney stress. Cheese, flavored yogurts, milk-based desserts, and even some protein shakes are high in sodium and phosphorus. Both of these minerals are tricky for the kidneys to manage in excess, and over time, they can contribute to kidney damage. Phosphorus is especially important to consider. In natural amounts, phosphorus supports bone health, but processed dairy products often contain phosphorus additives to maintain texture, flavor, or shelf life. These additives are absorbed easily and raise phosphorus levels in the blood. High phosphorus forces the kidneys to work harder to keep minerals in balance. Over time, this can weaken bones, disrupt calcium balance, and even contribute to kidney disease progression. Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that the body functions best when minerals are naturally balanced, and excessive processed dairy disrupts this delicate harmony. Sodium is another hidden problem in dairy. Many cheeses, butter blends, and yogurt products contain added salt. High sodium intake causes fluid retention and raises blood pressure, which directly increases kidney workload. Chronic high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. So even foods that seem harmless can have a cumulative damaging effect over time. Another factor is protein content. Dairy protein, when consumed in very high amounts, contributes to an acid load in the body. The kidneys are responsible for neutralizing and excreting excess acid. So diets high in dairy protein can accelerate kidney wear, especially when combined with other protein-rich foods like meat and eggs. The key takeaway is moderation. Natural dairy in reasonable amounts, such as a small portion of milk or plain yogurt, may be tolerated by healthy individuals, but consistently consuming large quantities of cheese, processed dairy desserts, or milkshakes can quietly stress the kidneys. Dr. O'Neill often encourages people to favor plant-based sources of calcium, like leafy greens, almonds, or seeds, which reduce kidney burden while supporting bone health. By reducing excessive dairy, you ease mineral overload, lower inflammation, and give your kidneys the breathing room they need to filter efficiently and maintain long-term health. Alcohol is widely consumed in social settings, celebrations, or even as a daily habit for some people. But what many don't realize is that it can place tremendous stress on the kidneys. Unlike water or nutrient-rich beverages, alcohol dehydrates the body. When you drink, your kidneys are forced to work overtime to maintain fluid balance, compensate for the loss of water, and filter out toxic byproducts of alcohol metabolism. Chronic dehydration alone can lead to kidney stones and long-term kidney strain. Beyond dehydration, alcohol increases blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney damage worldwide. High blood pressure puts constant pressure on the delicate filtering units of the kidneys, called nephrons, causing them to weaken and eventually fail. Even moderate drinking, if done regularly, can contribute to this silent kidney stress. Alcohol also affects the liver, which works hand in hand with the kidneys in detoxifying the body. When the liver is overwhelmed by alcohol, more toxins are forced to circulate in the bloodstream, leaving the kidneys with an increased workload. Over time, this double burn can lead to reduced kidney efficiency, inflammation, and even long-term organ damage. Another problem is that alcohol promotes inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation not only accelerates kidney damage, but also contributes to conditions like cardiovascular disease, which further complicates kidney health. Additionally, many alcoholic beverages contain sugars, artificial flavors, or additives, which increase the kidney's filtration burden even more. Dr. Barbara O'Neill frequently emphasizes that hydration and clean living are essential for kidney health. The body was designed to process water and natural nutrients, not alcohol and chemical-laden beverages. Reducing or eliminating alcohol intake allows your kidneys to recover, maintain proper fluid and mineral balance, and lower the risk of long-term damage. The key takeaway is that moderation is critical. Occasional consumption may be tolerated by healthy kidneys, but chronic or excessive drinking significantly increases the risk of kidney disease. By cutting back on alcohol, you give your kidneys the chance to function optimally, reduce inflammation, and support overall long-term health. Now I want to pause here and say something important. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Your kidneys are incredibly resilient organs. They can heal and recover when given the right conditions, but they cannot thrive under constant assault. The good news is that every positive choice you make today sends a signal to your body that healing is possible. If you want to protect your kidneys, start by drinking more clean water. Hydration is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to support kidney health. Choose whole foods over packaged foods. Eat more fruits and vegetables that are naturally rich in antioxidants and fiber. Reduce salt, sugar, and chemical additives. And most importantly, listen to your body. Fatigue, swelling, frequent urination, or changes in urine color are signals worth paying attention to. Your kidneys work for you every single day, 24 hours a day, without complaint. They filter your blood, balance your minerals, regulate blood pressure, and help keep your entire body functioning. And yet, so many of us unknowingly sabotage them with everyday foods, processed meats, soda, refined sugar, fried foods, artificial sweeteners, excessive dairy, and even alcohol. The good news is that your kidneys are resilient. They can recover and thrive when you make conscious choices to protect them. Start small. Drink more clean water. Swap out processed foods for whole, natural options. Reduce salt and sugar, and limit the foods we've discussed today. Every positive change you make sends a signal to your body that healing is possible. Your kidneys will thank you by functioning more efficiently, supporting your energy, your heart, and your overall health. If you found this video helpful, share it with friends or family who might be unknowingly stressing their kidneys. Hit that like button if you want more videos like this, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss actionable health tips that can change your life. Remember, your health is your greatest wealth, and protecting your kidney is one of the most powerful investments you can make for your future. Start today, because your body is listening and it's ready to heal.